Welcome to I Caught It on Audio. This is This Song Good episode 91. Oscars Best Song Nominations 2024.
Welcome to I Caught It on Audio. In today's episode, we are continuing our Is This Song Good series. We've got a special theme this time around. It's the Oscars Best Song for the upcoming Academy Awards in 2024. We've got 5 songs on the list. There is The Fire Inside, performed by Becky G. I'm Just Ken by Ryan Gosling. It Never Went Away by Jon Batiste. The Osage Tribal Singers, and how do you pronounce that?
Wajaje.
And then Billie Eilish with What Was I Made For? So let's just start at the top of the list. Got The Fire Inside, which was from Flaming Hot, which I haven't seen that movie, and written music and lyrics both written by Diane Warren, who is, I believe, contractually obligated to write a song nominated for an Oscar every year.
This is number 15 and the 7th in a row.
Any strong thoughts on this one?
I hated it. It's just just an awful pop song. It's not for me, and there's really nothing I can get out of it that's redeeming at all.
Yeah, it wasn't interesting at all. It was just like, at best it was meh, you know. Maybe, and it's not my style of music, so I don't want to judge it too harshly, but I didn't enjoy a second of it. So, Dan?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I hated it exactly. I just found it pretty unmemorable. Not the style of music I usually listen to, so that's part of it. But I also just didn't think it did a whole lot. And it's a pretty boring song for a movie that I haven't seen, but it's really interesting that there's a movie about the invention of Flamin' Hot Cheetos or whatever.
Oh, is that what this is about? I didn't even know that. That's what
Flamin' Hot is about.
Oh, well.
I haven't seen it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's about.
Okay.
And so I think this is like, it's okay. I mean, if you like this style of music, it probably does just fine, but it really didn't feel very inspired to me.
Yeah, and maybe it's... maybe I didn't listen to it in the right context. Maybe in the context of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, it's amazing.
Well,
but it seems like
I don't know. But yeah, this was just kind of felt bland. It didn't really do much musically, which isn't always essential, but it didn't really do anything to capture my interest.
It's a Diane Warren song.
Yeah.
All right. The next song is Ryan Gosling's performance of the I Am Ken from the movie Barbie, written by Mark Ronson.
Yep.
And Andrew Wyatt.
It's I'm Just Ken, not I Am Ken. This isn't
I'm Just Ken.
This isn't a Sean Penn film.
Okay, I misspoke then. It's everything I'm reading says I'm Just Ken, so that apparently I said it wrong.
Oh yeah.
I like this one. I think it's a lot of fun. In the context of the movie, it's great, but I'm a little bit confused as to why it's nominated for this, because outside of the movie, it doesn't really have any framing. I kind of equate it to a lot of Disney movie songs, like Be Our Guest, for example, is one that comes to mind, where you've got all the dinnerware and whatnot dancing around, singing. It's a fun song, but it doesn't really belong outside of the movie, and I kind of feel like that's where this one sits. Now, that said, I feel like they missed an opportunity for a great sax solo, 80s sax solo, and had that been the case, had they put that in somehow, I would probably have chosen this as the winner, but as it is, probably not.
Yeah, I had the exact same thought when I was listening to it, which is this makes a lot more sense in the movie. It's maybe not so plot specific. It's more just like a character sketch of what that character is, his mindset.
Yeah.
But it feels like the chopped up movie version of a real song, because it just shifts in weird places.
Yeah.
And it's fun, like
Absolutely.
it's fun because it reminds you of a fun scene in the movie. But I don't know that I really want to listen to this outside of the movie. It's just it's a really it's like a kitchen sink power ballad, like let's do all the power ballad stuff, and that makes sense for the character and it's great. But I don't know, like if it didn't have lyrics that were clever, or wasn't Ryan Gosling singing it, would it really be of that much interest? I don't know. It's fine, but it does make more sense in the movie. I enjoyed it more in the movie than I do just listening to it. That's for sure. What do you think, Zach?
I'm in the same boat as you guys. I like this song because this is my jam. I love the 80s-esque power ballads.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, I think it would have been great if they had a saxophone solo in there as well. I think for the most part, the song is fine. It's just there are certain little spots where the lyrics kind of get shoehorned in for their specific purpose that I just don't like that. I wish that they would be more clever about the lyrics and not just kind of like make them fit to what they're trying to do with it. There's also a couple really, to me, stiff melodic parts. They feel like very generic type of song singing or song style.
Yeah, it's super generic. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
I think deliberately though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But it's definitely a fun song, and yeah, like you guys said, I don't really care about it that much outside of the movie, but in the movie, it's wonderful.
Would you say? I think I know about the Fire Inside that none of us thought that was good. I think that was conclusive. But would you say this one is good?
Yeah, I would say it's good enough.
Yeah, it's good in the movie. I don't know if it's a song that I would say I want to listen to outside the movie.
All right. It's Knuff for you guys.
That's right.
Yep, it's Knuff.
All right, so up next is Jon Batiste with It Never Went Away from American Symphony. He wrote the music and lyrics along with Dan Wilson. What do you guys think of this one?
I was a little bored with this one.
Really?
Yeah. He's a good singer, great piano work. It really didn't move me in any particular way.
I loved this one. The piano was beautiful. I thought the lyrics were good. I just enjoyed every second that this song was on. I can understand it being boring, but because it was a little slow. But I thought it was really, really pretty. I really enjoyed it. How about you, Dan?
The piano is the highlight. I love the extended jazz chords that it uses. That's really nice. It isn't the most thrilling song, but in the context of the other songs, I feel like this is the best song. Spoiler alert. I think it works well as a song. I like it. It's not something I would listen to normally, but I would say I'm somewhere between Zach and you, whereas I don't know if it was boring, but I also don't know that it would be like a regular, fixture in a playlist for me. But I did find the piano playing quite beautiful.
Now, Zach, had it taken 10 minutes to get through it, would that have been all right with you? Because it gets in and out real quick.
If there were a sax solo, yes.
Okay.
Would have been appropriate. Maybe not a 80s sax solo. But
90s sax solo.
90s sax solo, there you go.
As long as it's a sax solo.
Just it sounds a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
Is it loud? It's louder.
Now, I clearly thought it was a good song. Dan, I'm assuming you think it's a good song.
Yes.
Zach, would you say that this is a good song?
Yeah, I couldn't go as far as the Becky G and say that it's a terrible song. It's still a good song. It's just It's low in my list just because I really wasn't that enthusiastic or excited about it. Now, had I seen it in the context of the movie, maybe that would change as well, and maybe that would change for the Becky G one also, but probably not.
Yeah. All right. Up next, say the name of the next song again.
Wajaje, a song for my people.
Yeah, by the Osage Tribal Singers from Killers of the Flower Moon. I did not care for this. I understand why it got nominated. I'm sure it's important, but it's not. It didn't bring me joy. How about that? I don't need to listen to this song ever again. In fact, in the 5 times that I went through the playlist, I probably skipped this the last 2 times. What do you guys think?
I like this one a lot. I think it's appropriate for the movie, and I think it's more of well, to me, because I'm pretty sure this is the song right at the end when they're kind of doing the powwow, if I remember correctly in the movie, assuming you were still awake at that point.
I had woken up again.
Yeah.
By that point,
it was a time where it kind of like, in my viewing of the movie anyway, where all of the depressing stuff that came in the first 3 hours and 20 minutes then kind of melted away when they were able to just do their thing and make their music. And I like the dynamics. I like the instruments and the voices. I like how simplistic it is. But I've always liked this kind of music in general. So it's just kind of a thing for me. This was pretty up there. I really enjoyed it. What do you think, Dan?
Well, it's so hard to compare this one to the other ones because they're all pop songs. And this is not a pop song. It's a ceremonial chant, right? So yeah. It's like, I find it interesting, and it fit in the movie. It fit beautifully. It didn't feel out of place. I feel like I'd enjoy this more listening or looking at the visuals while listening to it. So I wouldn't say that I loved it, but it's a weird choice. Maybe this is important because it's a native tribe, being nominated, and sure, because these other songs are nothing special. So why not is kind of how I feel about that. Like if we're going to just hand out, nominations for mediocre pop songs every year, which is what we do, why not have an integral part of the end of a movie and have a, like a traditional ceremonial thing. That said, am I going to listen to this ever again? I don't think I will. What it was trying to accomplish, it probably did the best job of everything except for maybe I'm Just Ken in the context of the movie. But, it's not a pop song. It's not something, I enjoy it for what it is, but it's not something I'm going to be listening to going forward, I don't think.
So is it good?
I'll say yes.
I say yes.
No, I'm going to say no. It is not good. Because I hate it.
Just like the white man.
It's like the white man. I do hate the white man. Spun it. All right.
Oh, how the turntables.
Up last, we have another track from Barbie. I believe this is the one that ran over the credits.
Yep.
What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell. Dan, why don't you start on this one?
This is a really effective song, and I think it was pretty appropriate for a end title type situation, like it was in the movie. I think it's well written. It catches the themes of the movie, which I think is a good thing for the last song you hear. She is on the very edges of annoying me with the whisper singing, but I think that's like a personal preference. And she does it better than anybody else does it. So I actually like this song, but it's I feel like it's a close thing where it could very easily tip into "This Song Drives Me Crazy" if I heard it all the time. What about you, Zach? What did you think?
This is my favorite of the 5, and it's really interesting song for me because it's not something I typically like. I mean, I'm perfectly okay with Billie Eilish. We've done other Is a Song Good about her with Bad Guy. I think that was our first one, actually.
It was, yeah, come full circle now.
And I think she's a great singer and a good musician and stuff. I did not particularly love this song when it first came out, and I didn't really pay that much attention to it in the credits of the movie. But I think it's really, really effective, and to me, it's kind of like pillows for your ears. It's got this like sort of very plush, very calming type of effect to it, and I think it's just masterfully written and crafted in such a way that it really does what it's supposed to do, not only for the movie but as a song standing on its own. None of these 5 songs are really like my bag,
Right.
But when it comes down to it, I'm assessing based on the merits of each song, and I think this one, it kind of rises above the other ones in interesting ways that you're not always very obvious or privy to. What do you think, Dave?
You said exactly what I was going to say. This one is the one that you can take out of the movie, and it holds up completely on its own as a song. Whereas I don't feel the others necessarily do as much. Maybe the John Batiste one does, but it's just this beautiful piece of art that I absolutely love listening to. And I knew that the whispery voice was going to be something that you touched on, Dan.
Yeah, I did too.
I feel like she nailed it.
Well, that's the thing. She does it a way that is effective, which makes everybody else's attempts at it all the more annoying, you know?
Yeah, and we've talked about that with her stuff before, where she just has this way with her voice of controlling the scenario and just dominating, and she executes it perfectly.
It's power through quietness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to yell and scream and, or even hit huge notes, which I believe she can do if she needs to. But she has complete control over the song and the mood and the feeling and all of it. And it's just, there's so much emotion in this song. It's captured perfectly. You just feel this, like exactly what the Barbie character was trying to portray throughout the whole movie is captured perfectly, where she's not sure why she exists, but she wants to know, and she goes on this journey to find it. And I just loved it. I thought this was a really good song, and this is also my favorite song from this playlist. The Jon Batiste one's a close second. So I think I know all three of us agree that this Billie Eilish song is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've all said, Dan, you said the Jon Batiste is your favorite of the five.
Maybe. I think these two are, you said the same thing, right? This one and the Jon Batiste one are the ones that I would actually ever want to hear again.
Yes.
The other three I don't care about in the long run.
The Billie Eilish is my favorite of the five. Zach, you said Billie Eilish was your favorite, right?
Yep, that one.
So which one do you guys think takes the Oscar?
I think Billie Eilish is going to get the Oscar.
Yeah, me too.
I think so too. I don't know if she's won previously, but man, if she hasn't, she definitely deserves it on this one.
She won it for the Golden Globes on this one.
Okay.
So I don't know, because I haven't seen the movie that the Jon Batiste song is in, but I think that this one is both the most listenable song, the Billie Eilish one, is the most listenable song, and it also summarizes what the movie is about in the best way.
Absolutely.
In a digestible, approachable kind of way.
Yeah.
And that might be true of the Jon Batiste one as well. I don't know. But
any other thoughts on this year's Academy Awards Best Original Song nominations?
I hope we get to see Ryan Gosling performing I'm Just Ken without a shirt on at the Oscars.
Yeah, it would be pretty sweet. I mean, I'll watch the YouTube video of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I will not watch it live, but I will watch it later.
Do you think this batch of songs was better than last year's batch of songs?
I think a little bit.
Last year we had...
I think so too.
We had Rihanna, Sunlocks, Natu Natu. Sophia Carlson was god-awful. Lady Gaga was just basic pop song. Yeah, I would say this is a better.
I think the highlights are better.
Yeah. I like Natu Natu better than the Songs for My People as the Strange nomination.
The token, not in my language song.
Right. I feel like this Diane Warren song is better than the Sophia Carlson one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I would say this is a better mix. It certainly got more votes from us as far as is this song good. I think we've got 3 songs that we said were good and 1 almost, whereas last time it was 2 and just barely 1 vote on a third one.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to be taking a break from Is This Song Good for a little bit here. We're going to catch our breath, finish up a few other podcasts, and then when we think of a new theme, we'll be back with that in a little while. If you have any suggestions for a theme, put it in the comments. Tell us what you think about the Oscar songs. Did we get it totally wrong? Is Diane Warren finally due her Oscar? Like and subscribe if you do that kind of thing. And if you want more content like this, you can find everything we've done at 64tacos.com. And if you really liked it, go to buymeacoffee.com/64tacos where you can buy us a taco. Thanks for listening.
I caught it on audio.
I feel like you'd do better if you weren't trying to read the actual stuff.
No, I did that on purpose. Yeah,
That was a purposeful one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what the DM always says, Dave.
It just can never win away.
it never went away.